Hello everyone, welcome back to Tittok, the mess that is my mind. I am Jennifer, and this is Tittok, my podcast. Welcome. If you're brand new here, if you're a returning listener or watcher, thanks for coming back. It means a lot to me to have you here. You might be thinking, okay Jennifer, let's hear the mania that has been your past week. And my dog drinking water symbolizes the kind of week it's been. I'll give him a moment to do so. His timing is immaculate every week. He's chewing a bone the moment I press record, drinking water a minute into recording. And now he's licking the bowl that is filled with shredded carrots, peas, ground chicken, rice, the works. Because this little man has really put me through the ringer this week. My dog got sick, I don't know, the beginning of the week and end of last weekend. He never has been one to make a mess in the house, have any accidents. He's such a good boy. And I woke up, he was cuddling me, giving me all the love on Sunday morning, and then I walk out to see diarrhea everywhere, piles. And, what are you going to do? Get mad at your dog? No, it's only natural. I mean, even humans feel like total crap from time to time. Of course, depending on what we eat or totally out of the blue. No matter what it is, it's horrible. It feels like shit. And the last thing you need is somebody scolding you for just, getting it out of your system. So, poor guy was really sick, and it just inspired me to explore giving him better food. He has really high quality kibble. He's been having the same high quality kibble pretty well his whole 7 years of life. And I love that for him, but I also would love, giving him some more, direct sources of protein and other nutrients. So yeah, I think it's safe to say Lyon is going to be, I'll still be having kibble because we have to be economical here. I mean, I was just last episode posing the question of how we're all making money here, and I'm getting by. It is what it is, but I need to be economical when it comes to giving my dog fresh foods. So yeah, it's been a week of me just trying to cram all this information into my head, and he's been doing well. I'm just trying to, get his weight back up and get him feeling in tip-top shape, high energy, because he deserves only the best, and I hate seeing him sick. And, it was going on 4 days of just, every single day his personality was totally normal. He was eating and drinking, but his, he wasn't doing his normal thing on our walks, and he was deciding to do it all over my, carpeted apartment. So it's been a week, but he's feeling better. He's on the mend, and, maybe this was his intention all along. He knew that this was, gonna be the result of him being sick, getting, his food game is leveling up. He's getting a higher quality life, really, because food is life, especially right now. We're all really turning to the simple pleasures, the simple joys. And it's pretty well just food, because all we can really do is go to the grocery store. And of course, I'm speaking for Ontario and most of Canada, who's still in lockdown, and specifically a stay-at-home order. It's 2021, the end of April. And yeah, that wasn't a joke. We're still in a lockdown. We're still in a stay-at-home order. So here's to food. Here's to the little things in life that we've all come to enjoy, because everything has been stripped away from us. And that's where I digress on that specific topic. But anyways, so I've been exploring different recipes, different, sources of protein, different ways of cooking it all, different ways of making it exciting. Of course, you have to see what they like. I mean, I'm sure most of your dogs would eat whatever, but my dog is particularly picky. So I have to see what he likes, what he doesn't like, what combinations are going to please him. And I'm willing to put in the work for my cute little man. I I don't know why I haven't done this sooner. I don't know if I'm comfortable with ever getting to like the raw meat diet. I also don't really think you need to give your half Yorkie, half Lasso Apso like a bunch of raw meat and that whole thing. But, he loves some boiled chicken and pumpkin and broccoli, like I was mentioning earlier, shredded carrots and rice. And he's living the good life, fine dining, 5 paws. And we visit the vet on Tuesday, so if they yell at me and scold me then we'll put it to a big halt. But what do they know, right? A lot more than you do, Jennifer. They're the professionals here, obviously. I know that. But no, we go to the vet on Tuesday for just like the spring works, getting the whole, flea and tick and heartworm and rabies and all this stuff, because in Toronto there's, a bunch of wildlife that's always getting into garbage and crazy things and probably shooting up crack. Like the raccoons are batshit crazy here, so we don't need Lyon getting into any crazy skunk raccoon stuff and then getting sick, because I can't deal with him getting sick anymore. We need him in tip-top shape for the rest of his existence. After Lyon was feeling decent, we made the quick trip to Kitchener so that I could get some stuff done to my car. It was the first time. I've had my car for 3 years. We love a Honda Civic. Speaking of economical, get yourself a Honda Civic. Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic. I mean, looking back, I would have maybe splurged and gone the Tesla route, but I've had this car for 3 years, and the money that I spent on it was the money that I had to spend on a car, and it wasn't anything near that a Tesla would have cost me and set me back. So yeah, thankful for my Honda Civic. She needed a little bit of work done. $1,300 later, she's in tip-top shape. It's, other than switching tires and getting oil changes, this is the first time I've spent money on her. And I bought her certified used. For those that don't know, it's, whoever pre-owned it brought it back to the dealership would have restored whatever needed to be restored, and when I got it, the car had barely any kilometers on it. It's got a sunroof, it's decked out, it's exactly what I need, and it's cheap on gas. Not sponsored by Honda Civic, but if they want to hit me up with an updated model, I would not say no. And so that was fun. We got to see Wilma. She filled me with her optimism, because she's just filled with that. She's the most caring, happy, gentle, wonderful person. She sent me home with 36 cookies, like she always does. Is that 3 dozen? Yeah. Of course, she's like, as I'm leaving, she's like, how are you doing for laundry tabs, dish soap, all these. I'm like, Grandma, I'm fine. Thank you so much. The cookies are more than enough. And it was so nice. And Nav and I connected while I was there. We went on a beautiful walk through Huron Natural Trail, which is my favorite trail in Kitchener-Waterloo, and we got to see some ducks. It was quite fitting, actually. It's springtime here, everything's melting, and the nature is just everything's so green and fresh, and the ducks and the bunnies, the birds, everybody's out making noise and mating and doing all the springtime activities, which is beautiful to see. And, Nav and I were getting into, talking about relationships and just, the things that best friends do, right? Girl talk, girl time. And it's so beautiful when you can do that, in nature, breathing the freshest of air. And then we look over this really cute bridge, and there's, a male and a female duck, and, she's obviously pregnant because she's eating everything she can, and the male's just standing guard watching that nothing comes to, attack her, or, he was just being so protective, and she was just grubbing down, and it was the cutest thing, and we were just, leaning over the bench as we watched these ducks, and it was such a really pretty thing to witness, and I love being out in nature. And if you guys don't get out on walks daily, what are you doing? Come on, people, let's get outside. Breathe some fresh air. And when you get out there, you don't need to be wearing a mask or a chin diaper. Okay? Go and breathe fresh air. That's what it's there for, you know? I'm not super into numerology. I haven't really read into it. You can find me catching up on, astrology and all that, fun stuff. But numerology is pretty new to me. But a reoccurring time for the past 6 months has been 1234. I see it every single day, twice a day. It's getting a little eerie at this point, so I had to look it up. It means clarity, sort of pulling back and clarify, what I was saying last time, prioritizing and organizing your life, pulling back on certain things, going full force on others, really navigating and figuring out which direction you want to go. And ultimately just finding clarity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple as that. Step by step. Just like Wilma says, one step at a time. Just like I've preached to you guys, one step at a time. So, I really need to meditate in that thought, and I really need to put in the work to find those areas every single day to follow whatever path that day needs to take. I can follow my morning routine. I can set a certain direction, and then I go with whatever feels natural, right? Like today, I knew I had to record a podcast. I knew I wanted to get out on a run. So I did all, my normal things, and lo and behold, she accomplished all of it, and I still have time to go and do some things for myself afterwards and have some personal time, which is so important. I mean, it's a Friday night, for goodness sakes. I'm 25 years old. I gotta live my life here. My run was really, really good. It's so nice to be building up my stamina. There's certain things that I've been doing for my health over the past few months that I'm noticing when I'm going out for runs. I'm feeling the effects of those things, whether it be taking up the disgusting habit of smoking again, just the overconsumption of alcohol, which I have tried to push back on. But I think we can all admit to drinking a little bit more than we would like to during this pandemic. It's pretty well the only form of escapism, drugs and alcohol, when we're stuck in the same room, the same wall, the same house. It helps us escape, right? So when I'm out on these runs, I'm feeling really, really good that now I'm starting to build back up that stamina, and I'm getting the runner's high. I'm feeling good. I might have lost it a little bit today when I was full on, not yelling at people, but as I was running by, if they were wearing a mask, I was like, why aren't you breathing fresh air? You should be breathing fresh air. Like, I've just about lost the sanity to hold back on those that are just so obviously okay with complying to the restrictions. That's the reason why we're still in lockdown, is because it's so easy to brainwash a nation and control us. Do not think I'm going to get vaccinated anytime soon. Do not think I'm going to be falling for the bullshit. The government doesn't give a fuck about us. And if that isn't obvious at this point, I mean, we live in Ontario and they just took away paid sick days. If that's not having you question things, and I think that's what's gotten a lot of people to wake up, if you will. I don't enforce, I'm not a big anti-masker. I'm anti-lockdown. I'm anti-stupidity. I'm anti continuing on with any of this bullshit any longer. And it's just, it aggravates me so much when I see people that are just so obviously okay with continuing on with this. Because that's why this is, we're still in this. It's not because people aren't wearing masks. It's because people are wearing masks. If we all just took the time to do our own research, question the media, question the government, question things, form questions, do your own research, come up with your own answers. You don't have to listen to whatever the mainstream media is telling you. It's getting to a point now where I'm like, ignorance is bliss. People laugh when I say that, but I'm like, I guess I'm just like an ignorant conspiracy theorist then. whatever. Call me crazy. I'm just calling myself crazy. I'm calling myself out. You guys are going to be like, "Oh, she's obviously going crazy." But we can't do this any longer. That's why we're still in this position. We need to rise up, stand up, get our freedoms back. Otherwise, life is going to continue to pass by, and we're going to be locked inside in our little police state, governed by idiots, to put it nicely. And I think you're an idiot if you're okay with complying any longer. Thank you. That might have turned some people off. That's fine. Tittok is me sharing my opinion, some of which none of you asked for. When I was in Kitchener, I was looking through my old art chest. It's when I was in college in art, studying art, and naturally you're busting out so much work. You're just so much content. You're endless sleepless nights of just painting and mixed media and just creating books and slideshows and writing paper, like just doing everything when you're in art school. Truly, you're doing arts and crafts and then some. So you just have so much stuff when you finish, especially if you have to buy an art kit. You probably have had to spend thousands of dollars, which is really, it's so exciting. It's so satisfying unwrapping everything all brand new, and it's a huge investment. And I've had to purchase 2 art kits, one for when I went to Ryerson and one for my initial stint at Conestoga College. Thankfully, my 3rd stint and final stint with education, I persuaded them not to require me to purchase one because I already had every single one of the materials. So, nonetheless, I have created a lot of stuff, but there are some unfinished pieces that I'm really excited to finish and get back to. It's been years since I finished them. It's almost like seeing an old friend. You see an unfinished art piece or even finished ones, and you're like, oh, the time we spent together, the frustrations we had, like, the emotions that you go through in creating a piece of art, whether it's visual, no matter what your craft is, the emotions that you go through, the emotional toll, and then to see it all finished and then put out into the world, or still be working on it, and the back and forth with it. It's it's bittersweet, and it makes me happy to have them back in my apartment now. I'm like glancing over at them, ready to get back and revisit them and tackle them, finish them once and for all, and get them out into the world. I'm prepping for, I really want to get Lyon Harbor out and running this fall. I really want to have a bunch of my, the different variations and variety of art that I do. I want to have that out on my website. I want to be able to make custom pieces for people and have my art, just out there and seen, because it's not out there and seen right now. I'm doing the whole curator vibe on my old page. I haven't really been active on it, Lyon Harbor, but I will be getting more active on it, and I'll be marketing and posting my own art, which is exciting. I really want to have that going for me this fall 2021, so stay posted for that. I will keep everybody updated. And those that have asked for art already, it is coming, it is ready, it is in the works, so get ready for a special personal delivery next time I see you. I might purchase something really questionable online after this episode. I really want my second hole on my ears pierced. Like I just said, we're still in lockdown. And like a lot of people, I'm on TikTok, and I've made my way to videos where girls have purchased this very inexpensive piercing gun. Gun is used loosely here. A little device, a little tool that has a needle, and, well, not really a needle, it's just, anyway, you can pierce your own ears. I've pierced my own ears before, kind of. When I was, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12, my sisters took me, well, I used to call them scousins. I still call them scousins. I refer to them by their first names now, but scousins being sister meets cousins, biological cousins. I claimed them as sisters when I moved in with my aunt, but I basically they took me to get my ears pierced. Lovely place. It was awesome. I cried a little, super dramatic, but I love the earrings. I think I got my like little birthstones. I mean, it's early 2000s. We all probably did. Mine's the peridot. It's like a light green color, super trendy. So, I was walking around with those. They ended up getting infected, so I had to take them out. They closed over. I didn't think about it for a while, and then one morning, I remember I was watching Austin Powers Goldmember, a VHS tape, and I bought this for myself for Christmas one year. What a funny thing that I did as a young child, bought myself a Christmas gift. I must have been 12 or 13. The reason I knew Austin Powers was because I used to hang out with like an older group of family friends. They were always showing me like video games and movies and different things. I was more close to Erica, the girl, but she had brothers, so naturally we were, that's when I first played like Lego Star Wars on PlayStation and Grand Theft Auto and different things. So one year, bought myself Austin Powers Goldmember because Beyonce was in it, so I had to have it. It's Beyonce. No questions asked. And I was watching it. I got inspired to pierce my ears, re-pierce those holes. So I poked through, like I think I had like I remember watching in some like movie. Maybe I can figure it out by the time I edit this, but I watched a movie where they put an ice cube under the ear and then they put a needle through. But I didn't, what was I going to do? Find a needle in a sewing kit? I didn't know. I didn't want my aunt to question what I was doing. So I got like the back of an old earring and an ice cube, locked myself in the bathroom until essentially I pierced my own ears. And still to this day, those are the holes that I got. So I think if I made the device aspect and just, everything a little easier, the girls on TikTok claim it's painless. So I might just have to do it and then get the second holes because I really want it. And fuck it, what am I gonna do? Wait for things to open up? No, we take things into our control here, okay? And I might just be turning around and piercing my own ears. That's the point that I'm at, okay? I might be purchasing this $13 little plastic machine that's gonna claim to pierce my ears painlessly. So, stay tuned for the update on that. I think another reason why I was full on yelling at people on my run was because this is my first run back this season where I had BCAA powder. It's like this amino acid powder. Really good too. I enjoy having it during my workout and then finishing it after my workout. Helps with recovery and just muscle soreness, the whole thing. But it also gives you that extra boost, like, during your workout. I'm like, woo, why the fuck are you wearing a mask? Just like, I got my DMX on, because RIP, just pumping myself up, and then screaming at people, breathe some fresh air. Why the fuck are you wearing a mask? I'm gonna give it to you, 1234, episode 12, clarity, venting. I feel better, I do. I'm sorry for yelling at you and freaking out. It's not my intention. I just I want to experience life and I will. I'm doing that. I'm doing all the good things. Eating well, getting exercise, getting my emotions out clearly. Obviously so emotional over here. Never claimed not to be. And I really hope one day I can look back on all this and laugh and be like, oh, it all was just fine. Like, why are you so crazy about it all? But, yeah. I'm just saying, question it. Be a little more insightful about it all in your approach to why things are this continuous cycle of bullshit. Be a little bit more insightful about it all. Thank you. I remember when I was younger, for a while, like I was forced to go to night school, go to this like community program, be back home for curfew, be back at the foster home by a certain, be back at the foster home for curfew, go and get this done, go to work. My life was very restricted and mechanical and soulless, and I'm not there. I'm doing things that make me happy and that I enjoy, such as the podcast and different things. And I just really hope that if you're not doing stuff that brings you joy and is sort of making you soulless, that's where you're prioritizing your energy, because I'm going to be doing some prioritizing this week. And yeah, if I can leave you with sort of an insightful thought before I let you guys go, it would be to, 1234, your lifestyle. Prioritize, find some clarity. Like I always say, take control of what you want, because you can create the life that you want. I've come from a lot of challenging points in my life and ultimately come out on top to do what I think I want. So, yeah, not that I'm in the position currently that I want to be in. It's all taking me to the place that I need to be. And if that's taking me out of Ontario, if that's keeping me in Ontario, if that's keeping me podcasting, if that's whatever it is, I don't know. But like I said, it's day by day. Wake up, follow what that heart's telling you to do, do your morning routine, get out on a run, go on your nature walk, and then get to your craft. You only live one life. You got to put something out there that you find worthwhile and that you really enjoy doing while creating it. So, peace and love, everyone. Thanks for listening and letting me get some things off of my chest. Don't forget to subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. Give it a rating. And if you're watching on YouTube, also subscribe. Give it a like. Comment. Let me know what you think. I love when you guys interact with me on socials. And I'll be back for more, because I can guarantee this messy mind will have some more junk in it next week. Thanks for being here. Peace and love.